When I read the first few pages of the script, I had a smile on my face that got bigger and bigger.
So the genesis of this actually came when somebody came up to us with the idea to make the movie. And this was a couple of years ago.
Has it been that long? Has it been 2 years? It's been over 2 years, right? We were approaching June of 2016 about this project and have kept in touch with that person and have had some different ideas and whatnot. And, you know, one of the first things he told us was, okay, well, we have to have a script. First and foremost, we need a script before we can do anything. And so Billy started writing one.
We didn't want to rush into anything. We had to make sure that the script was right because the script is the foundation of everything. I went through several genesis of what it was going to be about. We had many ideas of what it was going to be about. Some a little too grandiose, some a little too big, some a little too high budget, some a little too ridiculous. Eventually, it just made the most sense to do a story that focused on the essence and the fundamentals of why the Game Chasers go and do what they do. And the script, outside of a few tweaks, has finally been completed.
It was exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to have fun with this. I wanted to break the bounds of reality and bring a smile on people's face and tell an interesting story, entertaining story that's still grounded in reality, but is kind of tongue-in-cheek.
And I think that's definitely working out for the best because it allows us to tell a story that I think a lot more people are definitely going to be able to relate to, which I think is important.
We're not out to make Citizen Kane, okay? We want to make a comedy. We're inspired by the comedies that we grew up with in the 80s. But we don't just want to do your standard run-of-the-mill comedy. We want to make something special. We want to have something with a soul at the center of this project.
And a lot of people are going to wonder what the story actually is. And, you know, I can't really go into too much detail without spoiling it. But it really is a story of reconnection and really kind of loss as well. And it's something that I think everybody who is a fan of what we do and just retro gaming in general, I think they're going to be able to relate to it at just at its core level.
I'm trying to reconnect to something that made you smile when you were a kid, that got you excited, that really brought out that sense of wonder and that childhood glee that we all had, and trying to reconnect to that simpler time.
When we were thinking up the stories, you know, this one just kind of popped up into my head because it was so relatable from what I experienced in real life. So while this is a fictional story, it does have elements of truth from my life, from Jay's life, from all of us in a way. So that's exciting because I think it's going to make it a lot more real.
Tug at their heartstrings as well as make them laugh.
It'll be fun. I think it'll be entertaining.
This is not us taking the camera out and just shooting a movie on our own. This is us hiring a film crew, hiring people that know what they're doing when it comes to making a movie, from the technical aspect of it. We're going to hire a director of cinematography who has a high-quality film camera. We're going to hire an audio technician. We're going to go and build sets and build props. This is going to be a movie of the caliber that you would see in a theater.
I was already interested in doing the movie, but once Billy sent me the animatic and I looked at it, I mean, the animatic was awesome. 2 seconds in, I'm sold. This is right up my alley. It's everything I want to do. I didn't see it coming because, you know, I heard Game Chasers movie. Let's see what this animatic is. Is it going to be like them walking down the street? Oh, need to replace this building sign, you know, copyright, whatever. But no, I saw the scene and I'm like, wow, these guys aren't joking. Okay, okay.
I think we live in a unique age to where making a movie, especially on the caliber and the quality that we want, would have never been possible before without the right connections in the past. The fact that we could go directly to people that might be interested with us online and ask for help, ask for them to be able to contribute and help us get this thing off the ground is such an incredible thing.
So how are we going to get the funding for this? Well, first of all, we're putting some of our own money into it. Secondly, we do already have some private investors on board. And the last part, which is probably the biggest part and most important part, is going to be you guys investing in us really is what you're doing. And I think if you do that, we can deliver.
I know it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Making a movie has been the dream of mine since I started going to film video school 20 years ago. That was something that, I wanted to do, but I never actually thought it was possible. Just back then, the thinking was like, you had to get in the door with Hollywood to do something like this. I really just kind of started doing, TV news and production house, corporate videos, stuff like that. It translated me eventually doing YouTube videos and stuff like that. But the idea of doing a movie, something that I've always wanted to do and dream about doing, has been kind of like this carrot dangling in front of me for my entire adulthood. And I never thought it would even come close to being possible. But here we are at the doorway of something like that possibly happening, depending on how this campaign goes.
I've always wanted to make a movie, actually. As kids, we would make our own little home movies growing up in the backyard. So it was always something that was there, being creative and telling stories on video. And growing up, the older I got, watching directors like Steven Spielberg and George Lucas and all these guys that made these just fantastic movies that really struck a chord with us as kids. And it kind of inspired me to continue with it, and it's something that we've toyed around with. We've made animated shorts already, and a full-length feature film, I think, was just the next most logical thing for us to do at this point.
We're hoping, if we have the right people in our corner, we can get this into film festivals, maybe even get it onto Netflix. And what we want to do is make a movie that everybody can enjoy, whether you're a fan of our show or not.
We have a story that we're committed to and determined to bring to the world. We are presenting it to you to hopefully intrigue some of you guys to help us make this thing a reality.
This project, for the last 8 months, I've poured so much of my heart and soul into it. It's been the driving force of my creativity.
And I want to get this made. I want to see some of these scenes in reality.
I really hope the project gets funded, because it's something I definitely want to do and be a part of and be able to dedicate time to it, which I wouldn't be able to do if I wasn't paid for it.
It's just the perfect fit for everything. We've always wanted to make a movie. We have this fan base that enjoys the things that we create, and I think that it's a win for everybody that we get to create this movie that we really want to make, and there's going to be a lot of people out there that do want to see it as well. And I think everybody, whether you're an audience member or somebody working on it, you're going to be proud of what we've all come together to create.